Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is the Darkest Dungeon. You might notice that once again I find myself within the courtyard. Because, well, I have about 1/3 of my heroes now having the Crimson Curse because the infestation is so super high that they're everywhere. Not going to say anything else about that mechanic again. But yeah, we find ourselves with some heroes that are going to brave the Countess as we are here in the last corridor. I just had myself a nice little rest in which I, well, have acquired for us plus 20 dodge, plus 5% critical chance, plus 10 accuracy and minus 15% stress for this battle. A little bit less over here because one of the buffs the man-at-arms gives is to his allies, unfortunately. But yeah, there is quite a bit of dodge given, and he also now craves. That's actually quite good, because that means that everybody in here is gonna come in here with bloodlust. Which does give us extra speed. Stun resistance, blight resistance, I like it. Let's go!
The Countess arrives, anomalous in aspect, and bent on exacting terrible revenge from beyond the bounds of decency.
And then we're gonna go light the torch, so that we're going to get some even more accuracy for this battle. We can nowadays use holy water on these guys. Actually should have done that before we started the battle. And I do want to use the Jester for slice off, but I also wouldn't mind to get everybody to be at high speed, so we're going to try and buff first. Buffing is the name of the game right now. And of course we're going to hope that we can decrease her bleed resistance until she has none with the flagellant. And the man-at-arms, we have the reflection shield. With a lot of HP, we're hoping to reflect some of that damage back to her that she can do. The stun chance is not present because it's even lowered, so it's 130 versus 140. So I'm just gonna go do this. Yeah, this is the worst ability that she has, Love Letter, and it hits already. Darn it. I'd hope that the dodge would do some good to us. Then again, if the flagellant gets hit, it's not as bad. After all, it is a flagellant. So let's guard. Actually, let's start with this. Minus 20% stress and another plus 10 dodge for the entire battle. Look at that, quadruple dodge. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. He doesn't want to take it anymore. That's unfortunate as well. But I don't want to use the Jester's bleed chance when she doesn't have it lowered. And thanks to the Jester, we also will crit a lot more often. And here we're going to group heal. Trying to try and make that love letter a little less painful. This is her weakest state. So I'll actually riposte instead of guarding for the moment. She's already going to go in her strongest form. This one. But she hasn't applied yet her incredible move debuff to us, where she randomly shuffles the whole party around. Now this party should be a little bit more capable of handling it, shall I put it like that, but it is difficult still. Let's do it like this, just a wee little bit of damage. We can take over his mark and get minus 40 stress, but I really need to hit him, hit her, sorry, with this bleed. Nice dodge.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
There, the shield damage, his return damage. That's a stun, I fear. It is, but it was luckily resisted. Now it is actually really time to start protecting people. I could have used a bandage actually there. I don't know how strong his bleed is. Do this. Still buff. And you see, without even attacking that much, she's already lost quite a bit of her HP. You know what is the... This buff was, was gone, so let's restate that. A little bit of stress, but doesn't do as much due to the incredible amount of de-stress activators that we have. You see how many buffs we have active. I'm actually not going to use holy water on the flagellant. Boom! Painful, but now he can use his most powerful abilities. Get a love letter on him. That is somewhat dangerous. Now going to protect you. Post is gone, unfortunately, but still. Oh, please don't die on me, because you do have a bleed on you. Oh, Love Letter does her damage? That's new. Oh, and there you see this moving ability. This time he actually takes care of it himself.
Well struck.
Good, she goes first. So makes sure that the flagellant doesn't die. And let's use that bandage because this is getting a little too much. There we go. A lot more health regained. Minus 20 in the bleeds department, but there she cures it. Still, she's below half her hit points, and I would say we were doing quite fine right now. Unfortunately, that doesn't barely get reflected by the shield. Nice dodge. I know he's getting less healing now due to his latest ability here, minus 25% healing, but still. I'm just actually waiting for a random shovel of the Jester to come forward so that his finale goes off. Oh, please don't stun her. We need her. Thank you. That's unfortunate. Get that guard up. You have a ton of protections. 60%. There we go. Too bad that the Jester got stunned, but we'll have to take it. Ah, she's healing too much this time around.
Sedated.
But in this form you also don't want to use Finale because look at her protections. 55 is just too strong. Ooh. But his debuff for healing is not present anymore. Nice dodge! Thank you so much. Another dodge. Very good. It's for 2 more rounds. My riposte is probably ending. Yeah.
A singular strike.
Unfortunately, that is on the Retribution, which doesn't do much. 10 damage to give the love letter and then damage thanks to the reflection. I think that should still keep him within the 40 range, yeah.
The ground quakes.
There we go. He is completely okay again. Has a decent bleed on her. Oh, she's going already back to her bigger form. That's no bueno. We really need a Jester to come forward for his finale. And after she changed out of this form, of course. His finale should be really buff now, 180%. That's not exactly what I wanted you to do there, darling. She really resists those debuffs. Still, 1/4, doing decent. Nice dodge. The less she heals, the better. Oh! Oh, bad set of rounds for her. Keep that retribution up. I haven't even been able to use Adjuster much for his bleeding skill. Would have been... Why? Oh, why? Go forward. We're gonna do finale with you. We are avoiding the love letters on him so much that he doesn't get randomly shuffled forward. Another dodge. Got her this time. Oh. Does not want to take it. Well, then we'll keep the Jester guard as he's in the front. Having a lot of dodge does open this fight, that's clear. Now, you can create even a larger dodge by having more men-at-arms, but I also want this group to move around a little bit. And time for finale. 150% damage, 30% protections. She's not at her weakest, but... Oh, it's not even a crit! That's not what you expect.
Well, I failed. You have succeeded. And the world is better for it.
For the Falconer. That's actually for 100% damage if in position 2. Oh, alright. And the Jester. This is, of course, a mod that I have, but yeah, this lovely mod actually makes sure that everybody gets trinkets. Crimson Quartz trinkets and crystalline trinkets. So it's totally up to date, and that's what I like about the mod a lot. Like this. Well, we could use 2 food for a camp if we ever discover one more camp. We'll need some shovels to walk around. Well, time to go adventuring again, right? You ready for a montage? Stopping at the good parts? Good. See you in a moment then. And here we are, as I just used the green key past a new frontier. And yeah, I also picked up another trinket in a fight that I had over here. So, let's go. Continue on with this quest, shall we? Now I know what lies here, and I'm not very keen on fighting it, but I think I should for entertainment's sake.
Only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Oh, I don't want to do that fight, but we're gonna do it. First we'll have to handle this fight though, which is also a doozy.
The blood quickens. Passion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
The great benefit of having dodge buffs. Great, great benefit.
Masterfully executed.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
That was weird. That corpse was gone, then it was back.
A devastating blow.
Oh, 1 hit point off. We need to kill him because he's dead already.
Beyond one's limits.
Everybody at full health, alright. That's unfortunate. Fight is won.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Not interested in yet. Well, good thing that these boss last for one more fight. Time to show you why I was not looking forward to this one.
A hideous mutation. Unnatural and abhorrent.
The Crocodilian is not something you mess with. This guy can do massive, massive, massive amounts of damage. I'm actually going to mark myself just taking for the minus 40% stress damage. That is like the best thing I could do there. And we're all so fast.
A decisive pummeling.
Well, that's a good start. Ah, I wanted the man-at-arms to go first. Definitely, because I wanted this. I wanted the dodge buff on everybody. Okay, move forward, buddy. And we can reach you with you, but first buffing. So the stress on you is like completely not existent. You should get 0. Free still. That's odd. Considering you have minus 125% stress. But okay. Let's get Retribution up. Apparently should have done Protection. I love this major stress heal jester. Still can't reach it. He's about to do Apex Predator. Hello! He has arrived! Time to finally start doing this battle. Repose is almost gone, we're still defending, so... No need to let him go lower for if you don't have a good alternative with the Vestal. That is a damage and protection bonus, yeah. But we don't care about that, we care about the bleed. Because the problem right now is I can't really stun the thing very reliably. I have 130%, there's a 40% chance I will stun it. But right now everybody is so top up, I'm gonna try it. And of course, just to show me that it can be done, the game says, sure, you can stun the darn thing, what are you talking about? $17. You were not the one to dodge, actually. There you go. A little bit less bleed, but still doing fine. And your bleed resistance is lowered still, so that's good. Topping off the Vestal at the moment. He's gonna heal. And he's going to clear the bleed, right? Yeah, that's always the most annoying thing. And this is the... running up towards the Apex Predator, which can hit like 3 people. Thank you for showing. That's such a major hit when that happens. Speed, speed, speed. Isn't it what we now need? And here the Flagellant comes into his perfect own right, doing exactly what I want him to do. Oh, unfortunate I just removed my protections from him. Hey, hello. Guess we're gonna do finale, eh? Perfect order. So that we can top him off a little bit and then kill him. And that was a crocodilian fight. Went a lot easier than normally. That went just really smooth.
But a victory nonetheless.
I don't know if I want to remove this because, to be frankly honest, and I didn't even use these Aegis skills, which I was planning for the Countess fight should ever anything become harrowing. But yeah, I don't want to remove. You could get to walk into a fog bank, for which you need a torch, but yeah, we're doing well enough at the topping off of people. I might need these for her for food. A tin flute, leper. I love it if we can get that. A leper 1 plus 15 accuracy is amazing. No, because this can give us a lot of treasure. I think I'm gonna do it like this. Alright, time to fade out once again and fade in for the next interesting fights. Last leg of the journey on which we're going now, which is where you use the blue key. And in case you're not interested anymore, you use the blue key by going down this line. There is an additional lengthy part over here that is absent from this part. It's not entirely symmetrical on that side of the map. And then voila, you find yourself with treasure. So I'm still wondering if I should or should not bring the key along, but I need the blood, I need the food, I need the shovels, I know that. Yeah, let's do it like this. Alright, that's it. Fade out, fade in, see you in a moment within the same video. And here we are again. You might think, why in the heck have you returned us to this particular fight? Well, it is not so per se this fight that I'm looking forward to showing off to you, it's more what lies beyond it. This is the final boss, if you will. Before we reach a location that I am trying to push towards too. And this little trip of mine that had some ups and downs, I tell you, and I will show you in a moment. Holy horror on him. Nice dodges. We are currently no longer enjoying camp buffs. I had a camp a few rooms back, but I've already had 4 fights in between, so they have now stopped paying dividend. There we go. See, we're not too wounded. I'd rather have you stunned for a moment. Thank you. So that the munchkins on the front here can die and I can reach you a little better. As you also noticed, he became a vampire himself as well. I should not have done that, because if I didn't crit it, then it would have left a corpse. That would slowly have to bleed away. I mean, 1 corpse wound of mine, he would have been in the 2nd position as well, and we can hit the 2nd position very well with this team, but that wasn't as smart as you might want to play it. 11 damage. Noise. See what you do. Another howl. A little less. The Crimson Curse prevents us the worries. And as
A momentary abatement.
we already stunned you, we'll try and mass heal, hopefully for a crit, so that we get some stress relief. Well, we didn't, but alright, that's fine. You are a slow creature after all. Now we can try and stun you again. Did not work, but... could use another stress relief. Not sure if we'll reach that, but... You'll be dead through the bleed, so the game won't complain, so I will delay. Giving a needless protection. So at least I can do this. And hopefully I can heal. There it is. Fuck you. And a crit to end it all for a little bit of extra stress relief. Alright.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I'm going to leave you guys behind. I've left so much behind in this dungeon. It is painful. But here we are, despite, by the way, traveling towards the left. And those... we are moving to the right. But for those who are really, really sharp, you might notice just a moment ago, there's no connection over here. I entered here and there was a mist bank over here, for which required torches, which I said you need. But I had only 1 torch left, and I used that for some stress relief at the moment that, well, the game had me going south after a few crits. And the mist bank, when you try to go through it, removing the obstacle without the proper torch, it moves you to whatever place is, I don't know, undiscovered, or simply moves you to another place. And it moved me all the way over here. So I traveled through here and found another mist bank, which traveled me all the way up to here. Yes, that was fun. But that means that we are now in this little corridor, and we finally reached our destination for the blue key. And with the blue key, you want to go down. You want to go in this area. That's where the treasure lies. I know I don't have any keys, but I can't remember if it's treasure with key or treasure like getting trinkets and just a box you can open and get one of those lovely Crimson Core trinkets, because that's what we're doing this for, actually. Not going to make use of that just yet. I may do that in order to come back here, but I thought it was... There you go. I thought there might be another blockage here. At a certain point you start knowing the game, developers. And I have the feeling I remember that also from a previous time. Well, we'll immediately start with a crit, man. Sure, your buddy is dead. Stun you? No. Not as fortunate. Get the dodge bonus up. And start whack-a-mole on you. That's the best one you could do in so many ways. Take the damage back. The stress is not an issue. He can't give us the worries anymore because we're quite invulnerable to those type of tactics. I will protect you before you get a skull toss thrown at you. "12 bleed already. Still not a stun. Unfortunate. There's a Skulltle's on the 3rd rank. Really? It's like you're trying to be annoying. Alright. You'll die right now, so I'm going to try and delay and see if we can get some heals still available to us. Please don't howl. Because that's a little bit hard. Oh, you resisted it. Okay, that's cool. You're still gonna bleed that? No, you're not, actually. Good to know. Actually, I'm going to delay. Because it's a large monster, the game doesn't care. And I can start healing myself up, and I don't think he can out-heal or out-stress heal me. Actually, I will do this. I will kill him. Because there's no... This amount of horror is not significant enough to actually work around. I thought there were treasure chests down here. Well, the corridors continue on, so I'm just gonna continue. And I have 4 vampires, so I don't really want to give out blood. That's an annoying trap. But on the best targets to get a trap triggered. Don't need this. We can check though, I mean, you won't get a disease of it. Nothing worth our time. Alright. It does require keys. And I can only hope that this battle gives me one, because I don't have any keys anymore, yo. Stun. You're not dead yet, though. Right, we'll try Retribution. Oh. I'll hopefully get it that way. Well. Really? Well, that's unfortunate. Because now he can do the first and he will be alive much longer, which is not what you want. Nice. First, probably, yeah.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Strike for the light. It's interesting to me that some of these debuffs land before the horror and sometimes the horror lands before the debuff. Ooh, I mean, I kept you low on purpose for your best skills, but ouch. No! Ugh, that's always so bad when that happens. And he still gets a debuff of healing skills, which to me is a little bit... eh. I'm going to have to protect him because he's just too low. Not really a good round for me. Well, that's good that we protected him over here, because that would have brought him too close to death. I really should try and get more numbers, but my main damage dealer right now is pretty freaking jacked up. 14 damage? Really? Ouch. No. Activate Retribution again. Hopefully we get targeted and we're still protecting him. Well, this one is guaranteed hit, so let's use this one first. There we go. I mean, the problem is now the debuff is really bad, but... It should go down next round, I think, to 25% instead of 50. There we go. Stress is mainly dealt with. Only current issue is actually the flagellant's health. There we go. Get numbers advantage. That's unfortunate the way that it worked out. Still minus 50. That doesn't get debuff then, apparently. Okay, that's also new. Or, no, okay, it was just after he acts. My mistake. Draw, renewed appetite is dodged. Subterranean skewer, nah. There we go. And now we need to start hitting corpses away so that we can get to him quite quickly. Just not below that 40% barrier. Still going for this, hoping for a crit. And this also makes sure that my Jester has full health, and if he gets hit, he can do still his best skills probably. The Subterranean Skewer does more than 7. There we go. Completely planned out. Now, the only thing is, he shouldn't miss. That's the main thing that the Flagellant now should do. Not miss. Oh, and this order is annoying. If that would have been a stun, we could have milked it to the best of our abilities, but yeah, I mean, it's good money and all, but well, I don't know if I have it, but it's worth more than that. Come on, more treasure. Crimson Cord treasure, please. We don't even have shovels anymore. What we could do, however, is hold on. We can just try and grab it. There's blood at least. That's already a good thing. And I think this is the last room. So whatever we get in this room, that is the end of it, and then we'll call it an episode. And then you've seen what you can get in this area, but the problem is because these dungeons are so epically long, you can't really hang on to all the good stuff until the very end. But I hope there is, in the end here, there is a Crimson Core trinket. That's mainly what I'm hoping for. And perhaps it's in the other corridor. Perhaps I should walk over there. In this corridor. I thought it was in this corridor. Perhaps I'm just misremembering. That wouldn't be impossible. And I have time to move there, so I probably do that if there's no Crimson Core trinket here. And you get a little bit of an extra longer video. Which I'm sure some of you will like a lot. The difference back in the day when you could just spam that every round, or when now there's just a single battle move. It made so much difference. Look at those heals. He's dead next turn, but now he's probably going to howl. Bastard. Minus 40 stress so that the next things won't hit as hard. You have no issue with it. Because you have like incredible stress relief and she doesn't, so oh, voila.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Additional blood. Does anyone need it? No. I think this is the last room. Yeah, Crimson Core trinket. It's over here. Okay. I still remembered. I was getting a little worried about that one. If you could just... Perhaps the game was telling me something not to do that attack because it was just not allowing me to do so, but... I do want you gone. With the additional protections though, it is a little bit more difficult.
A momentary abatement.
The first already! Not dodged, and it is a crit. And it puts him in the third position where I can't reach him.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Game? It seems like you're getting frustrated that I've reached this room. The first probably? Yeah, of course. I want this guy gone, because if he does his protect action, he protects every enemy, and that's just no bueno. There you go, you're dead. What's that debuff? Is that the minus 50 dodge? No, it's plus 67% stress, which is also crazy. They have, if he hits and you get his debuff, you get minus 50 dodge. I find that so silly because it's larger than any buff you can make twice over most of the time. It's the Crimson Court. But we will defeat you nonetheless, you vile beasts. Goodbye. That is not the crit on the right person, but you know what? I probably won't complain considering it simply had a crit in it. She can't do the stress attacks anymore. Just get the numbers quickly, because you don't have as much hit points. Oh yeah, that's a stress attack, of course. We get minus 10 additional stress relief if people are idle in town. We have that district already, so... Whoa! Here's the minus 50 dodge. But you don't heal when you do get the blood, so you are dead. I'm gonna go for speed here a little bit. Craving. Well, you're not gonna get the blood anymore, buddy. You really don't need it. Boom! Indeed, begone, foul thing. I totally agree, Vestal. Could kill him for stress relief. Let's just do that. Ow. This is getting a little ridiculous. But that counters it for sure. Yeah, the stress is just not present. Just, there we go. Crit him. And this monster is really slow. So we can kill him before he acts. And another crit, just to rub it in. So now we definitely can consider things like we don't need the food. Don't need the blood. This is worth more than that. Do I have a camouflage cloak? Don't know. And we have the Master's Lash on the Froll. Well, he really can use those. That accuracy buff. That stress debuff though. Wow. This is already a character that gets really quickly stressed. But I will show off these classes, these come on, beta plan, think. Mod classes that were added by mods in the next video, not in this one. I'm gonna grab you over the busts. Yep. And with that, out of here. Just waiting to show you at least the end screens, because this was the end of the Crimson Core DLC, of course. What did you gain? Dark Temptation and Hippocratic plus 20% heal skills for quick draw. Locking that in.
The rusted, moss-covered gates of the courtyard hang open, but the demoniacal pests will spread no further than its blood-soaked boundaries. And so, at last, the end of my beginning.
Removes the Crimson Curse from all affected heroes. Crimson Curse is now treatable as the Sanitarium, and moreover, because of our awesome... Because I already got this trinket up, there it is, plus 40% damage to stoneworks, and because we have people like shield breakers that negate armor piercing, I can start just getting through these items, gathering them up at my own leisure. So yeah, thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.